Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on Ripple. We will take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 4-hour in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 4 hours. So while this here may look like a few weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past several days broken down into 4-hour time slices. I like through this time frame that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. A couple very interesting dynamics going on. Now remember, cryptos are open 24/7. So if you're watching this, 15, 20 hours from now, then yeah, the chart's going to look a little bit different. But my goal here, and the reason I like to use the 4-hour, is that it's going to allow me to keep this video as relevant as possible, even as, time goes by. And the first kind of overall level that stands out, and that looks like it could very well come into play over the weekend here, is in regards to this trend line right here, which as you can see over the past several days, whenever there have been any sort of pullbacks, so right there is where it starts, but you had a pullback right there, bounce off it right there, bounce off it right there, bounce off it. So I'm very curious, and this is, like I said, to keep this video as relevant as possible, the very first question you need to ask yourself is, well, where does the price stand relative to this orange line right here? If you're answering that question, hey, the price is still above it, well, then the bulls are still, slowly chipping away at making progress to the upside. If you're answering that the price is down below it, well, then it just kind of becomes kind of a feel in the sense of, well, how far below is it? If it's at, let's just say 32 cents, for example, well, then that would be a sign that that's a pretty nasty breakdown, and the bears, not only kind of won the battle at the line, but they seem to be building up just that much more momentum. Now, if it's at, let's just say 33.5. Okay, well, sure, it's technically below it, but it's still well within the range of it. So, that's a much different scenario. But, that is by far the first key question to ask yourself is, where's the price relative to that trend line? The other question to ask yourself, so if you answer that, the price is still above that trend line, where's the price relative to the 200 period simple moving average, which is that pink line right there? You can see in the recent past, the price tried to make a break above it and did temporarily get above it, but the price cannot maintain above that break and has since fallen back below it. So if you're answering that question, well, actually the price is up at 35 or 36 right now, that would be a sign that the bulls have not only maintained this trend line, but are now starting to display some new signs of strength again as they push back upwards. So use those levels, use those questions, and that will keep this video as relevant as long as possible until 24 hours from now, when I do plan on coming back and doing this video once again. So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, definitely had a very interesting spot on the chart with relative to this trend line. So let's see if the price can stay above it or not. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.